Yo, yo, yo. It's a surprise, dude. I'm bored. I'm editing. Um, and I just felt like, I don't know, let's go live. Let's see if anyone joins. You know? Let's see if anyone joins because, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. I doubt anyone will join. This is super impromptu. How do I share this? Oh, found it. Found it. No worries, dude. Hope you're all having a good Tuesday. You know, Tuesday night live stream. Wow, some people joined. What up, everyone? What up? I'm just gonna edit for a little bit. I finally figured out how to like get Adobe Premiere to actually show on the live because before it wouldn't. I am editing the Modesto Nuts video. Um, and yeah, we can just chat. You can see my process. You can see some of the embarrassing clips I have to delete. You know what I mean? Um, so this is basically, um, and this live stream is not going to be saved. By the way, this live stream is not going to be replayable. It is going to private. Okay. Um, Giants brawl in Colorado. That's right. Ballers all time record. That's right. We need this more often. All right, I'll try. Um, Valkyries. Yeah, it was a good sports night. I didn't watch anything, but I checked up on the scores. Um, you know what I just realized? My camera actually saved my settings. That's nice. Usually it doesn't. Um, yeah. So this is the Modesto Nuts project. Um, and this is I'll show you guys some of my process. So I have a template, right? And look, everyone has their own process, like everyone has their workflow, but um, mine is like totally self-taught. I've been using Adobe products, I mean, for over 20 years now. So, I mean, honestly, probably like 30 years. Like, I think it was in the mid 90s when I first got Photoshop, like mid 90s, late 90s. I used to have to pirate it, but I had it. Um, and I know like what's funny is I know my process. There's probably professionals that edit for a living that would probably be like horrified by the way I do some things, but um, I have my own process. What up, y'all? Belichick didn't have a great debut. He didn't. I didn't. He had some cool shoes on though, didn't he? Dopamine hit. Dang, Ruben. Surprise notification. That's what I'm talking about. Aren't the Nets moving to Bakersfield? Sam Bernardino, I think. Final Cut Pro is way better. I mean, well, I don't have a Mac. Um, I've used I've used some of the Apple stuff. Um, I think I think it's whatever you get used to. I like most of people's complaints about Adobe. I really don't have a problem. Like every once in a while there'll be like the crashing problems, but it's few and far between. It's rarely ever. I think the biggest issue I have with Adobe is, well, the subscription. I hate that it's a subscription now. And then every once in a while there'll be an update where it just breaks something and then you have to wait a few days for them to fix it. Um, that happened one time. And I'm the type that like when I see an update, I'm like, "Ooh, update," which is not good. You should wait like a week. But there was one time where I was trying to get a video out like ASAP, like it needed to be out like the next day, and I upgraded updated Premiere and it broke something, and I had to like go through all this hassle to like revert it. Or I didn't even revert it at first. I tried to fix it because I thought it was something else. Like I didn't realize it was the update, and yeah, it was a mess. But I mean, otherwise, I really like it. I always do a preview render like this. So if you see the green lines, that means it's preview rendered. It's kind of like it's kind of like doing a proxies, if you know what that is. Just like a quicker, simpler way to do proxies. It does a render preview, and then it's easier to watch back. So yeah, this is the project. Dang, I can't really. It's kind of cut off. Let me see if I can move this. Okay, so I have this. I have different sequences, right? Sorry if this is boring. I'll talk about some other yapping stuff in a minute. I just want to explain what I'm doing. So this the way I always name my projects VVAR, like short for variety. It used to be Soot, SOOT, but I do VVAR, so that means it's like an official episode. Dash Modesto Nuts. Now, if it was like if there was a possibility of doing more Modesto Nuts games in the future, I would name it more something more specific. But since it's the end of the Modesto Nuts, I'm not gonna likely do another one unless I do like a history video or the team comes back or something. I can just name it that. And so this one's VVAR Modesto Nuts dash all clips. So this is every clip I got. So um this is every single clip that I filmed. Me in the dugout, Shelly Pistachio. This is drone shots, and they're all color coded. So I actually didn't change these yet. I'll probably change these, but I just kind of got into editing as soon as I could, because usually I have the drone shots be blue, but they're purple here. And then these are all historical photos, and I do my little effect on them. So I render these in After Effects. I have a template that I use. I think it's a little messy now. I think this style has run its course, the glitchy style. I just wanted to do something different, for funsies. I think I might just do something a little more subtle in the future. I just haven't had time to update the templates. And then DJI, there are these like blue ones. This is all from my Osmo. So I had it sitting on the wall. So these are all Osmo shots. So yeah, so these are all the clips, and then what I do is I I, I just keep this pretty much untouched so that I know if I accidentally delete a clip, which I do all the time, I can go back to this timeline and I can go back in and I can find that clip. You know what I mean? So yeah. And then I have just the regular Modesto Nuts sequence here, and this is the one I'm actually like actively editing on. So what I also do is I drag all the clips. So I have all the clips right here available. The green down here, if you can see it, hold on. Green down here, these are the music that I've chosen. So I usually just pick and choose like out of a batch of music I've chosen. And then these are clips that I've already edited that I don't have a place for yet, and I just keep them as backup just in case I need B-roll or something. So these are all just the clips that aren't like placed yet, and then this beginning part or this whole section up front. Oops, I'm seeing two mice, so it's hard to tell. But this front section, this is the actual video being edited. So as you see, I already have three music sequences. These are like historical photos, and then this purple part, these purple ones, this is narration, because there were some things I forgot to say, so I did some narration that I recorded on this mic. So yeah, that's where I'm at, if you care. Anyways, what's up with you guys? TCU, come on, frogs. Lightroom and Photoshop are unmatched. Yeah, I was going crazy on Lightroom last night. Favorite minor league park is Principal Park in Des Moines, Iowa. I've never been. I have a MacBook, but I had Premiere Pro after using FCP. I'll never go back. Okay. Then pay $500. There's a hack that allows you to keep renewing. 90-day free trial. Been doing it. Yeah, I had the Adobe Premiere student trial for like 6 years. I just don't have a YouTube channel, but I don't really use anything fancier than iMovie. Yeah, I mean, you don't really need that. Bay Area Throwbacks, what up? I know iMovie is super basic. I don't feel like using anything fancier. Yeah, if you're just doing simple videos, there's no problem with that. There's a single A team near me, the Hillsboro Hops. I've seen some of their hats. They have cool hats. Fear they would be sold and moved. Luckily, they won't. Nice. Was it a sellout? In the pictures I saw, it seemed like a normal game. Um, Ruben. No. The game wasn't the the night game was pretty full. The day game, the very last game, wasn't very full, and I think that's because it was super hot. It was like 103 degrees. Um, so I think people stayed away because of that, and I think more people went to the um, the previous week's games, especially like the Raleigh Fingers game. Raleigh Fingers was out there signing autographs and whatnot. So I don't know if you guys will be able to hear this, probably not, but I got the intro. Um, and this is all not this is not all final. This is it's kind of laid out, but I go over the video with a fine tooth comb about 50 times, which is why it takes me so long to do a video. Um, there's right field Will. I got some good drone shots, which I'm happy about. I love that one. Right. I'm not gonna dwell on it, right? Because this is just a little preview. Got some BP with the drone. I mean, come on. Um, and the difficulty of this video is I filmed 2 days, right? So I was like, dang, how do I incorporate 2 days into the narrative? So what I kind of did was there was a part where shout out Adriana, she worked with the Nuts with their social media team. I think right here I said something about I talked about their jerseys, right here I basically say they're wearing their Seattle Mariners throwback inspired jerseys, and then so I have the B-roll, right? So if you see there's two clips right here. Oh, it's hard to see because of the chat. There's two clips right here, B-roll, and then these are the two clips right here of me talking, yapping, right? So this is unfinished, right? Because I'm gonna put these clips like over me talking, so that they're not just separated. But I haven't done it yet, and it's one of those things that's a quick fix. I just move on, like I just leave it, and then when I go back and I'm watching the whole thing through, I'll move on. Um, here I was talking about I don't remember what I was talking about, but I said I talked about the night before because Ricky Henderson got his start, at this field like as a young kid when he was first in the system with the with in Modesto. So I talked about the night before I wore my Ricky Henderson shirt as just like a tribute to Ricky or whatever. So that gave me a good way to jump to nighttime, right? So then now I can show my nighttime clips from the night before and show some of the game. And then all these clips, it's super long, it's unedited because I just put it there as a placeholder and then I'll chop it down when I get a chance. We got the luchadors, and usually I don't edit like this with the monitor here. I have this monitor that you guys are seeing up there on my separate monitor, but since I have OBS to stream, and I couldn't figure out a way to show both on the stream, so I had to put the monitor in the program like this, which typically you will only see on like a laptop. Usually this where you can actually see the video is on its own separate monitor and much bigger. So it's a little weird to be editing, seeing this like this. But see, I just put these clips here as a placeholder because I think that this is where I want them. I just haven't chopped them down yet. So I'll chop them down. I have the music underneath already. I'll try to oftentimes I'll try to edit it to the music. So have cuts on when a drum hits or a snare. I don't always do it, but it's nice to when I can. And then yeah, I just show more of the game the day before, kind of set the mood, you know, set the mood. Um, there's a nice little base hit there. Got some of the bullpen guys. And just yeah, this is kind of all just setting the vibe. Um, and so look, at this point, it's like almost a minute, almost a minute long of setting the vibe. That's way too long. So like all these clips will get chopped way down. I just know I want them around here, so that's why they're there. And then we got all the stuff. I showed you guys this in the Discord. This is like some of the giveaway stuff. The Ichiro bobblehead, Troy Tulowitzki bobblehead, luchador masks, old cards, old programs, uh, some signed balls, the old Modesto A's hats. I love these hats. Unfortunately, they didn't have any near my size. So I thought about just getting one to have one just in any size, just so it's part of the collection. But, you know, I can't really be spending too much money right now. So I was just like, nah, if I can't even wear it, I'm not going to spend the money. I do regret not getting one of these little patches. I meant to ask, like, are they from the back of the uniform, I'm assuming? But they didn't have any more information. I just wanted more information before I bought it. But now that I look at it, like $3, I should have just bought a couple. I love this old Modesto A's program as well. So since I had to rearrange the monitors for this, the chat is way over here. TCU, come on, frogs. Is like using an Android functionality using an iPhone probably the best way to explain it. Well, I'm an Android guy, so live from the Lions Den. Tuesday night live stream, JD. In this house, Cal Raleigh is the greatest hitting catcher in the world. What up, Area Aviation? Yes. Speaking of Cal Raleigh, I just got. Did I put it here yet? Hold on. I didn't put it here yet. I got some new clips that I just made earlier. Here is Nolan Arenado playing with Modesto. Here is Cal Raleigh playing with Modesto. So, you know, pretty cool. Pretty cool. And Julio. So Julio and Cal Raleigh got their start right there at John Thurman Field. Any thoughts on the Giants-Rockies altercation? Yeah, so I just saw the highlight. I wasn't watching the game. I told you guys I have not watched sports in a month and a half now. Because, like, I'm just trying to save money, and YouTube TV is like 80-something bucks a month. And I was just like, you know what? I just need a break. So on TV, of course, I went to some games, but on TV, I've not watched. Anyways, I watched the clip. I love when batters pimp home runs. I love bat flips. I love all that. And I love when pitchers get mad, and I love when they argue. The pitcher just, you know, I like when the pitchers get mad, but like also like to a point, right? Like he got too mad and took it too far. And it was the same thing, you know, I'm not just biased either, because when Madison Bumgarner did that, I didn't like that either. Like, get mad and talk some trash, but like, I don't know. To escalate it further, it's like you got beat, you know. Just take the L. You got beat. Strike him out if you don't want him to pimp a home run. You know. Nolan Arenado played for Modesto. Yep. Modesto jersey is super nice. Yeah, dude, these jerseys right here, I want to get one, but I can't find one. But I love this jersey. It's a beautiful jersey. I wish if they do get a Pioneer League team, which is a possibility, I wish they could just take these jerseys. sucks that the reason it's happening is because of Modesto losing their team, but I will have to check out a game at the new Ontario Stadium. Yeah, for sure. It's so weird how they're shuffling these teams around too. Um, the the Nuts are becoming the new 66ers, and then the 66ers are becoming the Quakes, and then the Quakes are becoming a new team that doesn't have a name yet. Something like that. It's weird. It's just, rich people playing rich people games. We used to have windbreakers in the same jersey format. Ah, those would be hard. Yeah, I wish I would have got one. But yeah, Cal Raleigh with his little goatee, little baby face goatee. Um, all right, so last thing I was editing was this sequence right here. I got music underneath it. This is the main history sequence where I talk about all the players. So right here, you can see it's just all me yapping. So obviously I need a ton of B-roll to go over this. There's even some times where I look down at my phone because I wanted to make sure I remembered everything I wanted to say. So I need a lot of B-roll for this. So I'm gonna do a mix of B-roll from the park, from the stadium, and then some of these historical photos. So most these ones right here are A's photos because that's when I start talking about the Modesto A's. Um, and it shows some of the crowd, the Modesto A's fans. There's Ricky. And yeah, so then uh, this is another picture of Nolan Arenado, but it's hard to tell. It almost doesn't look like him. This one too. So that's why I went and found some other ones. We got Eric Burns, um, Tim Hudson. Come on. How cool is that? And then this is super cool. Mark McGuire and Will Clark. And this is actually Will Clark was on the Fresno Giants at the time, which is pretty cool. I love that Giants hat. I wish I could get one. So yeah, pretty cool. So here's Raleigh Fingers at an old event. You can see the old mascot there. I haven't really placed that yet. So this whole sequence has got to be covered in B-roll and historical photos. I'm gonna put most of these, but I'm gonna take the Cal Raleigh one because I actually have a whole little small section about Cal Raleigh that I'll save that for. The Nolan one I'll put here for now. And these are all gonna be mixed around. I kind of like just cover it for now and just place them wherever, and then I'll watch it back over and over and like kind of get a feel for where I want to place them. And then I just got some random B-roll, the kids playing a game. These games are always funny. I feel like they didn't do enough twirling though, because they didn't even look dizzy. Look, like they run fine. Like they should have been, they should have been falling all over each other. I got a paparazzi shot of Adriana. She's been a big supporter of the channel. And it's just a nice cool little B-roll shot. I loved the Thank You Modesto painting they have on the grass behind home plate with some of the old logos and stuff. Is pretty cool. So I'm just going to put these B-roll shots here for now. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to put these over my yapping just for now. And of course, they're not laid out. They're just over it because I know that that's probably where I'm going to keep the yapping. I mean, that's where I'm going to keep that B-roll. And some of these crowd shots and stuff, there's a few places I could put these. Miguel Tejada. Actually, the Miguel Tejada's got to go into the area over here because I do mention him. Chop it down a little bit. And then see, I still got some blank spots, but I'll start to fill those in. And then save the cow rally for later. And then I forgot how I was gonna get out of this. So I really didn't film. Here's a guy in a Ballers jersey. I had to get a shot of him. Although I'll tell you a story. This guy did mess up one of my shots later. I was running the bases, and when I ran to home plate, I stomped on home plate. He stomped on home plate right after me. I'm just like, dang, dude, you couldn't like wait, 4 seconds. It's fine. We're all excited, whatever. It was just funny. I was like, dang, man, I was trying to put you in the video. I told him go Ballers, and he just mess up my foot hitting the plate. And then the girl working there, she was like, "Oh, go back, go back." And I was like, "Nah, it's all good. It's all good, dude. I give up, I give up, dude." Yeah. What else is up, dude? Minor leagues is super weird, obviously. Yeah, it is. TCU, come on, frogs. I'm biting that from Bill Burr. He tells a really funny story about going to the Rose Bowl when TCU was playing, and there was a fan near him, a TCU fan, that just kept screaming that. So I cannot take credit for that, but it is funny. And the funny thing is, I got my little brother Jet, the boy himself, to start saying it because I showed him that clip from Bill Burr. But even better is my sister and them. They moved outside Fort Worth, so they're near TCU. So when you drive through, when I took my niece to the Texas Rangers game, we did a video. We drive through, there's like TCU billboards. So I played it for her, and now she always does it too. So we were doing it at Disneyland. Come on, frogs. I'm assuming the old MILB patch was part of the uniforms because of the loose threads. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's from the back of the uniforms. I just wanted to know if they had any more information. Probably not because they're just thrown on the table, but I don't know. Really looking forward to this video. Thank you. What up, Jenny? San Jose Giants will be in the playoffs. You plan to go to one? I'm planning to go to Nuts Giants next Sunday because it's actually the official last game of the Nuts. And I was like, oh, heck, it's on a Sunday. I have Sundays off. Let's do it. As far as the playoff games, I'm not sure. It's already I'm going to prioritize trying to get to some more Ballers games. And yeah, I took some time off recently. So, and I'm trying to take some time off at the end of the month to make a little trip that I'm supposed to go on. So, yeah, I don't know how much time I can get off or which days any of this stuff will be. I would love to go to a California League playoff. That'd be super cool, but I don't know yet. If I can only choose one though, I'm going to try to do the Ballers. Heard about Marvel Zombies? No, I haven't. Streaming on a Tuesday. We're streaming on a Tuesday. And a something, 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 and a something. Got the stream going up on a Tuesday. Wish the minor leagues would have stayed with the Jackie Robinson logo instead of changing to the one they just changed to, I think, last season. I haven't seen that. I don't know which logo you're talking about. Hold on, let me look it up. I don't think I can show you guys me looking it up, but I don't know which one's old and which one's new. I think they all look pretty cool though. I definitely like the one with him swinging, if that's the one you're talking about. Because there's another one that's just a circle. It's just a circle patch. It's a cool circle, but the one with him swinging is cooler, I think. Yeah. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. The one they just changed to is just like an MLB logo with 4 stars. Okay, yeah. So the old one you're talking about is the one where he's like swinging. It has like the little drawing of him. Because that one is dope. Are you talking about the Jackie Robinson Day logo? Because that's what I'm looking up. Or are you just talking about like the minor league logo in general? Oh. Wait, they changed the minor league logo? I didn't know they did that. Bro, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same as the MLB logo, just has the 4 stars. What? When was this? 2023? Why did I not even notice this? I did not notice that at all. I thought you were talking about the Jackie Robinson Day logo. That's trash. That is trash. Why give it the same logo? That's stupid. Dang. Yeah, that's trash. That's trash. Um, we got some fun stuff with Wally. So I got, if you can see, hold on, let me move this again. So these are longer clips of Wally, and see, it has me like zooming in, like I'm trying to like, I just walked up, so I'm trying to like, get a good shot, drop the camera. To me, this is all junk. Like none of this is really, like, I would only maybe use this part when he's kind of messing with them if I had no other options, but I do have other options. So I feel confident that I can just delete this, right? And if I ever need to go back, remember I have the all clips sequence where I could find it again, where I'm like, I need something. And this one, oh, this one's cool. So I'm going to save this one. I'm going to just chop this beginning part out where I'm zooming in and trying to set up the shot with the thumbs up, and then gives him a hug. I mean, come on. How can you not be romantic about baseball, folks? And I got him, posing with this kid. Gives a little fist bump to both of them. Hugs another kid. So these are all like, good B-roll shots. I'm going to just save and know I have to use somewhere. And I think this is just another little B-roll shot, just a pitch. So if I just need, a filler shot, I got that. And then this is right field Will, Jenny. They were singing one of the songs. I think Sweet Caroline. Not the best shot. Um, it could be. I wasn't in the best angle. It's kind of just when I see a shot like this, I'm just doing this to yap as I do this, right? I didn't see her Ken Griffey Jr. shirt. I really like that. Kind of like just the silhouette and the bubblegum. What's this guy's name? I know this guy, but I can't remember his name. He's a big A's fan. He was a big A's fan. Um, he was interviewed a lot and stuff. I can't remember his name. I apologize. I've only like interacted with him a couple times. He's always cool. But this is not that great of a shot, right? Because like the way I'm angled is just kind of his back. If I was angled somewhere else better, it would be a better shot. But it's not bad enough. Like I still would like to use it because I like to put people I like in the videos, right? So if I can put, Will and Jenny in the clip, then I will. So I'll still save it just in case. I might use it. Might use it, might not. And I still got all these clips to go through. A whole lot of clips to go through. No shortage of clips. This guy was fun with his green beard. I don't know who autographed his jersey, hard to tell. These jerseys have the old patch, which is nice. Oh, I didn't even realize I had talked to this guy in the 25 jersey. I had talked to him. I didn't realize he has like a Jedi Padawan braid. That's pretty cool. I should have asked him if he was training. I want to train. Oh, and this kid just pops in at the last second. Oh, this is funny. You know, I was talking and then hit a dong. And this guy right here that's in front of me in the A's stuff, his name's Mike. Shout out Mike if you see this. He was super kind to me the night before. We were sitting a couple seats apart. And the night before, here, I'll show you guys actually. Where is it? Night before, he won one of the auctions and he got a jersey. And what was cool is when you got the jersey, you got to go on the field after to pick up the jersey and get it autographed by one of the players. And Mike's a season ticket holder, so he knows a lot of the players, and he actually, they do this like fun kind of sponsorship of a player thing. So he sponsors that guy right there. But yeah, he was just like, "Oh, you're with me. Like, come on out." So I got to go on the field the night before, and that's his daughter. Super cool, man. And so Mike, I appreciate it. He showed me so much hospitality. And yeah, so they got that jersey and they got it signed by him, and I got some cool pictures for him, and I got to go on the field, do the robot, show my Ricky shirt, and do a little heel clicker, you know? So good night. It was a good night. And it's just cool to see the players interacting, and yeah. And then, you know, the last game, the next day, got to go on the field, go in the dugout, with Ruben. Got to sit on the field for a while and yap, you know, and get to sign the wall, you know, get to sign the wall. Thanks to Ruben. Ruben got me out there and got a pen. So, yeah. And here's a beautiful moment. Beautiful moment. Ruben and Pops slinging it, you know, slinging it on the field. I mean, great memories. You know what I mean? Great memories. MLB took over the minor leagues. They just went with Major League logo. Yeah, it's stupid. Ever try using an AI editor? Yeah, they're not good enough yet. Dennis, that's right. Guy in the 25 jersey, his name is Denarly? Is that how you say it? You were in a band with him. How cool. Is he a Padawan? Is he studying to be a Jedi or what? I talked to him briefly after the game too. Just asked him like what was his next steps, like what did he have planned? You know. Field of Dreams moment. That's right. So yeah, the video, if you see it, this is not like this still needs a ton of editing here, but for the most part, the whole game and the night before is set up. And so a big part of this video is going to be after the game on the field. Because I actually didn't film that much of the game. I didn't really want the Giants fan is hilarious. I didn't really want the video to just be like plays. Like, I kind of did the same thing with like the last A's game and stuff. Like, I got some plays to just, show the vibe and people reacting to it, but like it wasn't meant to be like a highlight reel of the game. So like with this game, I just wanted some clips to show like the vibe of baseball, but like the actual plays and stats and outcome of this game isn't really the focus of the video, you know? So I just get like, when I'm doing videos like this, I just get enough clips to like, um, yeah, just show the vibe, just set the mood, set the tone, you know, capture some of it, but the actual game itself is not really the focal point of this video, if that makes sense. I've been yapping a lot. Maybe I should actually edit. Nice little play there, It's a grounder to the shortstop. Routine play, but looks pretty. I gave this lady a Ricky Henderson pin for her birthday. Oh, here's when I'm talking about Cal Raleigh, actually. So let me take that section. And see, a lot of these I already like chopped down and put together. So I'm just showing like cool shot with I really like the Nuts back-to-back champions logo. So I definitely tried to get some shots of that when it would be on the screen. And so I showed this with that catcher, and then I talk about Cal Raleigh, and I got some other clips of some of the catchers working, just to kind of paint the picture, because that's what I like to do when I'm there. I like to kind of look and imagine the ghosts, imagine like watching that player there. So like when I was sitting there, I was you know, just daydreaming, imagining seeing Ricky Henderson in the box. I like to do that. So I also like to do that with my videos. So this Cal Raleigh part, I can move up. I don't know if I'll do it right after all this history. I might do a break and then kind of come back to it. So maybe some of this crowd vibing, because I tell a lot of that history. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Oh, this guy, I'm gonna see if I can save this clip. So this guy actually came up to me when I was in line and just said like, "Hey, you did the Arco Arena video, huh?" I was like, "Yeah." But then someone walked in front of me. This actually made me really mad. It was these two kids that kept moving around right there, and he saw me filming. Like I was standing there filming, and he still just like crawled over the seats right in front of me. But then he was very sweet to that. The lady I gave the pin to, I think was maybe his grandmother or something. He was very sweet to her later, so I was like, all right, he's a good kid. He's a good kid. I was just like, dude, you see me holding the camera filming. But, I'm not entitled to it. I get it. But this is a super short clip. But just because he like recognized me, I know this might be corny, but just because of that, I don't know. I just feel like, oh, it'd be cool to put him in the video just so that if he ever sees it, he'd be like, oh, cool. You know. So since this clip is super short, I'm going to try to slow it down. Slow it down like half, 50%, and then use optical flow, which will oftentimes do a decent job of slowing it down, making it look better. There are some plugins like Twixtor, I think is one of them. There's some plugins that'll slow down a clip and sort of like input the frames for you so it's not all choppy. But usually this does a good enough job, so we'll see. It didn't do that great of a job, so I don't know. I might not use this, but if I have a spot to put it in, I'll save it, and then if I have somewhere to put it, I'll put it. These kids were going crazy with the sticks, the thunder sticks. These are just some B-roll shots. The Ricky and then giving her the thing. So yeah, with these, all these clips are good B-roll shots to sort of ease out um ease out of this history section, right? So what I like to do is, if I'm talking history or whatever, ease back into the vibe of the game, and I can do that with some B-roll. It just sets the mood, sets the tone again, and gets us out of that history spot. And then from there, once we're back into the game, I can go back to the little Cal Raleigh story where people can watch it and sort of along with me imagine Cal Raleigh. You know what I mean? Imagine Cal Raleigh being there. So I got the clip of him there. I got the B-roll, the catchers. For now, I'm just gonna leave these here, and then I will come back to it when I make my rounds, because I just keep going through the video hella times. I just go back and forth over the video. So I'll leave it there for now. I got all the components that I want. Um, you know, do my history, a little spiel, talk about all the players that played there. Some B-roll to bring us back into the present day, right? Back into the game, and talk about Cal Raleigh. I got all the pieces there to do that. I'll come back later and actually put them together. It's like I got all the ingredients. I put them on the counter, and when it's time to make dinner, I'll come back and make dinner. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Who cares? I should have used the restroom before this, but I didn't. Hello, Valks win. Yes, they do. It's pretty cool, these jerseys though. On the back there, they got the Modesto arch. What is it? Commonwealth, content, something wealth? No, something hater? No, water, health, contentment. Oh, water, wealth, contentment, health. You know, but pretty cool. So this is all just extra B-roll that I don't really have a place for right now. So I'm going to take this whole section and throw it way at the end. Like I had told you guys, this is kind of the little way over here. Way over here at the end is kind of just this graveyard of clips that I don't know if I want to use, but I might use. So I don't want to delete them yet. So